Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Well, fellas, I'm cleaning up a little bit in the garage and I started looking around at some of the stuff that we have, some of the parts we run, and it gave me an idea to do this video. You never know what you're buying in today's market with parts, it seems like, fellas, and things we used to use have traded off in other countries. And to make it short and sweet, fellas, if you can buy something that's made here in the United States, most of the time it's a good product. I'm not being biased, I'm being honest. So, I wanted to show some of the products that we've actually run and have had very little problems with, if any, that I know of. I mean, a lot of this is my son. He's the one that puts the stickers on and stuff. But these are all products that I know we've had. And nothing sticks out in my mind as far as being bad, as far as I remember. And there might be something I'm overlooking, but I will tell you this. From experience, this has always been a very good product. So you can probably most of the time depend on that. And he was happy with these wheels that he got. Whole shots. And these other products he's used in the past, most of them. So I figured I'd run this by you guys in case you don't really know what companies to go with. From what I remember, all these have been pretty good. And one company that stands behind their stuff has in the past is MSD. Had a couple problems with boxes and stuff. They've never gave us a hard time. They've always fixed it or made good by it. I hope it's still the same deal because they've been really good in the past. Even when you've had a problem with something, electrical stuff, you're going to have problems. Things are constantly changing, so I don't want to get too harsh about having a problem with a box or something. And then over here, well, some of these parts have been very faithful. You're going to run into problems once in a while, guys, when you have machines and people, because people work for factories and once in a while something might happen. But for the most part, guys, these products right here, I have never had a problem with milling. I know a couple guys that said they had a Chevy pump that they took rams out of it and they had problems, but on the Ford side of stuff, I've never had any problem with any of their stuff. On a percentage base, they're very dependable. ARP, for the most part, very dependable. You're going to have a guy that has a problem with something once in a while. Something's going to happen once in a while. Comp, depends what you buy. And I don't know about the late model stuff, but from back in my day, they were very dependable and they stood behind their stuff back when I was young. How it is today, I don't know. But then again, we have this right here, this company that my son uses. You might see a little bit of a trend here, fellas. You might see a little bit of a trend. I don't want to harp on it, but you guys take note what the trend might be here, fellas. Okay? Keep that in mind, fellas, when you buy something. Otherwise, you might pay the price for it. Anybody following my channel knows about this. This thing should really be in a recyclable bin, as far as I'm concerned. I'll never ever put hours into something that I'm putting into this thing, guys. I don't even want to bring it up. I don't even want to pronounce the name. You guys know it's following my channel. And like I said, I'd like to run the stuff by you guys because some people aren't sure what to buy. You ask around and somebody is always going to tell you to save $1. But when it comes to parts like these fellas, cutting corners, I don't care if you save $50. If you know it's a quality product, when you're buying a stud kit or a valve spring, you really can't cut corners with that stuff. If you know that's a quality product and you know it has very little bit chance of giving you a problem, what kind of price can you put on that, guys? Is it worth tearing your engine back apart or whatever you might be working on to save $50 or $100? And even the intakes used to be kind of cheaper, like half price, 3/4 of the price of like Edelbrock or Woodland and Holly. But now they're almost the same price on a lot of the intakes. So why bother taking a chance on something that's going to give you a hard time like this thing? So I'm trying to save you a heartache, fellas. It doesn't mean you have to listen and buy exactly what I'm showing you. But another company, they've always been good. Jegs has been good too. They're right there. So I guess I run this by you, fellas. I mean, there are other companies out there that back their products, and some of them I'm not showing you here because I don't have any stickers for them or any way of showing you that. But even this, guys, here you go. My son bought this. You can see where it's from. Upside down. So another thing we have to think of, fellas, we need to keep these places that are good to us, that we order from. I know eBay is a help sometimes, but these major companies, they've been there for us for a long time, and the only way to keep them there in the future is to support them. So even if you guys save a few dollars one way, that's fine, but don't totally stop buying from these people, because if you do, they won't be there, and then you're going to be stuck with whatever we get our hands on. And as of right now, there's already a problem with parts. That's what made me do this video, fellas. I've seen a few people on the internet talking about this a lot lately, so I just thought I would do this segment right here. So I hope this is helpful, fellas. I have no reason to promote any of these products, except for the fact I'm looking after you fellas and trying to help. And I know a couple of you guys might say, well, I had a problem with this, I had a problem with that. You're going to have problems when there's parts involved. There's quality control issues sometimes. And please don't ever beat up a whole company because you got one bad part. Because, you know, things happen. There are people, like I said, that work at these places. And especially the way things have been in the last couple of years, it hasn't been easy for these companies to keep up with orders and do what they have to do. So just be patient. It never hurts to ask how long your product might take to get to your door when you order something, though. Keep that in mind, guys, because I know some people have been waiting months for stuff and they didn't bother to ask, and they probably would have been better off if they asked the person, is this back ordered or is this in stock? So make sure you ask them questions, okay, fellas? All right, guys, have a good night and take care.